as the substrate is pushed up by the pressure now over the forepart of the foot.
Our world holds strange tales and unsolved mysteries, the truth of which even the wisest minds cannot explicate. From unidentified flying objects in the sky to spectral figures caught on film, certain images defy logic and confound explanations. Out of hundreds of thousands of strange photos showing the mysterious and bizarre, few stand out as people fail to debunk them. Join us as we take a look at 20 real photos that scientists cannot explain. Number 20. The Black Knight Satellite. Since the dawn of the space age, astronomers have glimpsed strange objects with orbits unlike any known spacecraft or debris. In 1954, a retired naval aviation major named Donald Keyhoe claimed 2 mysterious satellites orbited Earth, before any nation had launch capability. The story resurfaced in the 1960s as rumors of an odd satellite occasionally spotted moving in an orbit, unlike any solar system body. Nicknamed the Black Knight Satellite, its appearance and transit defied conventional explanation. Some conjecture it is of extraterrestrial origin and as old as 13,000 years, sent to observe mankind's development. But scientific skepticism prevails around such claims. In 1998, space shuttle astronauts photographed a puzzling dark shape near the shuttle fitting descriptions of the Black Knight. Measuring about 10 feet tall, its shape was distinctly different from any space junk. While some believe it is an alien probe, experts explain it may simply represent a thermal blanket lost on a previous mission. Yet the filmed object's unique shape and position relative to the shuttle raise questions. NASA declined additional comment. In the absence of retrieved physical evidence, no conclusions are certain. For now, the Black Knight remains orbiting silently above us, glimpsed but untouched, a cryptic emissary of the cosmos whose identity and mission are still unknown. Number 19. Newbie Church Monk. Chilling evidence that our world may overlap with others arose in North Yorkshire in 1963. While photographing his church, Reverend Lord captured an unsettling extra figure in the image, a towering specter near the altar. Looming ominously on the right side, it appears to wear a long black cowl with a white shroud over his face, possibly to mask leprosy or another disfigurement. Dubbed the Newbie Monk, the ghastly figure seems to gaze towards the main church chambers. Lord insisted he saw no one else present in the quiet church that day besides himself. The photo was examined by experts and deemed free of tampering, with no signs of double exposures. So who or what was this phantom monk? The church had no history of ghostly monks. Some speculate it was an intruder playing a prank. Number 18. Ghost in the Shining Hotel. In one of the most captivating spirit photographs ever captured, an eerie young girl manifests on the grand staircase of Colorado's haunted Stanley Hotel. While visiting the hotel's famous ghost tour, the Mouseling family snapped some photos, including one on the regal wooden staircase. Upon developing the film, they noticed the gauzy figure of a child peering from the stairs. Her faint features are obscured, giving the impression of peering from another realm. The hotel gained notoriety for inspiring Stephen King's chilling novel, The Shining, after his stay. But who was this sad phantom child stepping from fiction into reality? The Mouselings insisted no children were present on their adult ghost tour. The tour guide confirmed it. Stanley Hotel enthusiasts suggested it resembled the ghost of a young child reported occasionally over the years. Others propose perhaps the photo reveals an imprint of the hotel's turbulent past, mysteriously re-emerging. Over a century old, the Stanley Hotel indeed harbors many secrets. Several ghostly figures have apparently lingered within its walls long after their deaths. The unique stairway architecture itself contains mysteries, with its perplexing hidden passageways and connections between floors. Skeptics argue the photo may simply show light and shadow playing visual tricks, but the evocative image continues to intrigue. If paranormal, it epitomizes Stanley's seductive mix of splendor, tragedy, and the supernatural. Who was this lonely child wandering the stairs, and what did she seek to convey? Her mournful figure lingers as a symbol of Stanley's enduring mystique. Number 17. Patterson-Gimlin Bigfoot Film. The most famous and controversial evidence of the legend of Bigfoot emerged from the forests of Northern California in 1967. That year, rodeo rider Roger Patterson and his friend Robert Gimlin set out to film proof of the elusive, giant man-like creature reported to roam the American wilderness. On October 20, near Bluff Creek, the men's goal became a reality in one of the most heatedly debated films ever, the renowned Patterson-Gimlin footage purportedly showing Bigfoot in the flesh. The shaky, 1-minute silent 16mm color footage shows a large, hairy, bipedal figure striding from the forest into a clearing where it briefly looks toward the camera before walking away. The imposing creature stands at an estimated 7 feet tall and covered in dark brown hair, possessing an incongruous half-man, half-beast appearance. Believers insist the subject cannot be a human in a costume based on anatomical details like swaying breasts, leg muscles, and the iconic ridged forehead. Skeptics argue it is clearly a fabricated hoax. Patterson, who died in 1972, steadfastly insisted until his death that the footage showed a genuine Bigfoot unknown to science. His friend Gimlin has consistently denied any hoax, professing they truly encountered and filmed an animal unavailable to scientific study. Some observers highlight stabilizations of the footage revealing realistic muscle movement and fine details that seem beyond 1960s costuming capabilities. Number 16. Baltic Sea Anomaly. A perplexing submerged object discovered by divers in the Baltic Sea stoked speculation about crashed UFOs, ancient aliens, or forgotten civilizations. In 2011, Swedish treasure hunters using side-scan sonar came upon a startling sight over 200 feet down on the seafloor. A large, disc-shaped object 60 meters wide with unusual features, nicknamed the Baltic Sea Anomaly. Its perplexing characteristics fueled theories ranging from the strange to outlandish. The anomaly resembles a huge mushroom or raised disc with a thick pillar descending over 10 meters down. Sonar reveals straight edges, right angles, and geometric shapes, including boxes and crosses evocative of an artificial structure. Adding to the mystery, electrical equipment fails near it and divers report odd physical effects. Some theorize it is a crashed extraterrestrial spacecraft, perhaps related to Baltic Sea UFO reports. Others speculate it could be a relic from a prehistoric civilization, maybe part of a sunken city. Mainstream explanation attempts include proposals that it formed naturally from glacial deposits or represents an underwater volcano, but its symmetrical shapes and proportions suggest something beyond geological processes. Number 15. Anachronisms in old paintings. Studying historical photographs can offer windows into vanished eras, but sometimes their details do not seem to belong. Intriguing time slipcases have emerged showing objects and technologies that seem ahead of their day. In an old painting of a French woman by a river, she and her companion examine a slab-like rectangular object with rounded corners resembling a cell phone. In another photo, a device looking uncannily like a modern smartphone is in the hands of a Native American. Such cases ignite speculation about time travelers accidentally photographed with their futuristic devices in the past. However, critical examination often reveals prosaic explanations. The cell phone may be a drawing pad or box. Pareidolia, seeing meaningful shapes in randomness, likely plays a role. Number 14. Pyramid on the Moon. The final Apollo mission to the moon in 1972 yielded more questions than answers for an intrigued public. When NASA's Apollo 17 spacecraft journeyed to the moon that year, its lunar module pilot Eugene Cernan captured numerous photos while exploring the lunar surface aboard the rover vehicle. One particular image designated blank by NASA would ignite substantial controversy once enhanced. The original muted photograph appeared to show a nondescript lunar hill. However, when enhanced through filtering and contrast adjustments, the image revealed an astonishing sight: the symmetrical, tapered shape of what strongly resembled a pyramid jutting from the moon's surface. The disparity between NASA's initial classification of the photo as blank and the apparent structure discovered upon enhancing the image fueled speculation that NASA had concealed important details about the moon. The online UFO community quickly seized on the image as potential evidence of an artificial structure on the moon, maybe even proof of past extraterrestrial visitation or unknown ancient civilizations. Some observers proposed the pyramid object could even represent evidence of secret NASA lunar bases. However, skeptics argued that by examining the sequence of photos taken before and after this specific image, the pyramid-like shape is likely an optical illusion caused by light and shadow falling on a naturally occurring landform. Number 13. McMinville UFO. The enduring legacy of the most iconic UFO evidence began simply on an Oregon farm in 1950. That year, farmer Paul Trent saw something astonishing while feeding rabbits, a metallic disc gliding above his fields. Scrambling for his camera, he and his wife Evelyn snapped 2 photos before it sped away. Life magazine soon featured the images, shocking America. The Trents seemed unlikely hoaxers, but could it be faked? The photos show a saucer-shaped object with a flat bottom and slight tilt. Estimated at 30 feet wide, it displayed no wings, windows, landing gear, or markings. No wires or other evidence of models appeared. The object's motion was smooth and silent. Ruling out fakes, the Condon report called it one of the most puzzling UFO cases. The Air Force's J. Allen Hynek also found no fabrication. Yet how could such a craft exist in 1950? A secret military project seems unlikely. Some believe the saucer exhibits technology indicating extraterrestrial origins. But without physical evidence, only theories persist. Skeptics suggest a prank disc dropped from an airplane, yet the object's orientation seems improbable for that scenario. 70 years on, the McMinville photos remain among the most scrutinized evidence available. While many fakes have appeared, the Trent's sincerity led most experts to declare the images genuine anomalies. If so, the photos represent humanity's first glimpse of some extraordinary craft not yet explained. The trailblazing images keep alive hope more may unfold about their origins and destiny. Number 12. 15th century UFO painting. Since ancient times, unexpected flying objects have been reported in the skies, but evidence for such phenomena long before the era of modern UFOs is scant. Intriguingly, a number of old artworks depict curious objects in the heavens. One particularly mystifying example hangs in the Palazzo Vecchio in Florence, Italy. The 15th century painting titled The Madonna with Saint Giovannino depicts the Virgin Mary and a glowing aerial object. In the upper right background, an airborne device radiating beams of light hovers above a man and his dog. The human figure and his dog stare up at it intently. The object does not resemble any identifiable religious symbol, leading to speculation that it may instead record the sighting of a UFO by a perplexed 15th century artist. Skeptics argue it is merely intended as some kind of atmospheric vision or divine entity associated with the central religious figures. But the object's saucer-like form with colored rays more evokes modern UFO iconography than any typical religious motif. While open to interpretation, the painting seemingly provides tantalizing, if inconclusive, evidence that strange sights in the skies are not merely a modern phenomenon. Number 11. Mars light. A glimmer of light on Mars's surface, spotted in images from NASA's Curiosity rover, has become one of the most debated mysteries about potential activity on our neighboring planet. The photos taken in 2014 capture a bright glowing spot. Some say it appears to represent a concentrated light source. No rock or probe was present to account for the intense hotspot. Online speculation exploded about the object's potential origins, with observers dubbing it everything from an alien campfire to a cosmic ray strike. But NASA scientists offered the disappointing explanation that it was likely a glint of sunlight. Some remain unsatisfied with that conclusion, citing the light's definite localized appearance. While probably not evidence of encamping extraterrestrials, the Martian glow still embodies the hopes and dreams humanity projects onto Mars's enigmatic vistas. These images capture our longing for definitive proof that we are not alone in this vast universe. Photographs from our cosmic neighbors often seem one revelation away from resolving the ultimate question: was there, or is there still, ancient life beyond Earth? Number 10. Hook Island Sea Monster. A tantalizing glimpse of a colossal sea beast arose in 1964 when French photographer Robert Le Sirec captured an anomalous image while vacationing near Stonehaven Bay, Hook Island. Le Sirec photographed the bay on a calm morning, intending to enjoy peaceful tropical vistas. But upon developing the film, an astonishing sight came into focus in shallow waters near shore. A gargantuan tadpole-like creature nearly 30 meters long, dubbed the Hook Island Sea Monster. It appeared eel-like with hooked appendages, a rounded head with visible eyes, and massive coils trailing off into deeper waters. Le Sirec estimated its length at around 80 feet and insisted no boats or divers were present. He had photographed an unknown marine organism. Experts who analyzed the photo could find no evidence of tampering. Some suggest it resembles an oarfish or giant marine snake, yet its proportions and features do not match conventionally known species. Less conventional theories propose the creature resembles ancient marine reptiles like plesiosaurs thought extinct for over 60 million years. If such a creature survived in secrecy, it would revolutionize science. Some cryptozoologists view it as proof unknown species still lurk in the ocean's depths. Others remain highly skeptical, given fantastic claims of modern dinosaur survival require extraordinary evidence, but the photo's authenticity makes it difficult to dismiss the creature as mere driftwood or a hoax. Number 9. Babushka Lady. In the most scrutinized home movie of all time, the Zapruder film of JFK's assassination, one background figure shows up repeatedly with a camera of her own. Nicknamed the Babushka Lady for her headscarf, this unidentified woman can be seen near the grassy knoll filming the presidential limousine during the shooting. Despite this potentially crucial vantage point, she and any footage she took have never been conclusively identified or found. In the seconds surrounding the president's fatal headshot, the Babushka Lady aimed her camera steadily at the limousine. Investigators were eager to find her, yet she never came forward. Some theories claim she was a Russian spy involved in the assassination. Others suggest the FBI eliminated her to suppress what her film revealed, but no evidence supports such wild speculation. More likely, researchers simply failed to track down one witness in a traumatized and bewildered crowd. Yet her very anonymity contributes to the deeper mysteries and suspicions that haunt the chaotic events in Dallas. The Babushka Lady joins the parade of shadowy figures glimpsed but never fully apprehended in the vast puzzle of what exactly happened that day and why. Her secret footage was forever lost. The lady ultimately disappeared back into the crowd, leaving only intrigue.
Car tells a story, and this one recalls the day, the moment America lost a president.
Number 8. Belgian UFO. One of the largest mass UFO sightings in history unfolded over Belgium, starting in late 1989. The extraordinary series of events involved an estimated 13,500 people witnessing huge unidentified triangular craft gliding slowly and silently across the night skies. Despite extensive study of the Belgian UFO wave, no conventional explanation fully accounted for the phenomenon. The reports consistently described large silent triangular craft decked in lights sighted at low altitudes. The objects were reported to hover or maneuver, unlike any known aircraft. Numerous witnesses included police officers and military personnel. On March 30, 1990, two Belgian Air Force F-16s tried intercepting unidentified blips spotted on radar, but the pilots could not achieve visual confirmation. One civilian photo from the era, however, gained notoriety, appearing to show a large triangular object bearing no resemblance to any airplane. After extensive analysis, the researchers could not rationally explain the sightings as experimental aircraft. The UFOs demonstrated advanced capabilities, ruling out any known flying technology. Number 7. St. Augustine Lighthouse Ghost. For over 140 years, America's oldest operational lighthouse in St. Augustine, Florida, has earned a reputation for strange occurrences. Since the late 1800s, eyewitness accounts tell of footsteps on the tower staircase when no one was present, doors opening and closing, and odd shadows glimpsed. In more recent decades, visitors have captured photographs of a mysterious phantom within the 19th century structure known as the Lady in Blue. The ghost is believed to be that of lighthouse keeper Hannah Smith, who died tragically in the 1870s after falling from the lighthouse tower. In the 1990s, the figure of a woman in 19th century dress was photographed on the tower. The lady often appears blurry or partly transparent. Smith's death certificate confirms she perished after plunging from the tower, giving credence to the identity of the Lady in Blue who seemingly returns to eternally climb the stairs. While some skeptics dismiss the sightings and images as tricks of light or imagination, generations of witnesses throughout the decades testify to experiences with the resident spirit. As St. Augustine's premier haunted locale, the lighthouse stands as a beacon into Florida's rich history and a reminder that traces of the past, even the departed, can still unexpectedly surface into the present. Number 6. 1911 Airship Photo. A peculiar anomaly occurred in 1911. An American airship photograph depicting a craft far more advanced than documented aviation of the period. That year, a silent aircraft of immense size and complexity was photographed over Huntington, West Virginia. The pictured airship possessed a rigid frame complete with numerous porthole windows and large propellers, features resembling later Zeppelin dirigibles able to carry passengers in comfort. But this was 1911, before any airship so sophisticated existed. The first Zeppelin flew in America did not launch until 6 years later in 1917. Historical aviation records make no mention of secret military craft matching the photo in 1911. The airship's capabilities appear to exceed those of the era by many years. Some speculate it was an undocumented experimental airship that failed and was scuttled to avoid tarnishing early aviation progress. Others suggest a hoax designed to generate investment enthusiasm using a fabricated image of futuristic air travel. Without corroborating reports or documentation of this singular airship's existence, its true nature remains shrouded in uncertainty. Was it an impossibly advanced aircraft hidden from history? A glimpse into a parallel universe? Or just an artful hoax? The 1911 Airship Photo endures as a puzzling piece of American aviation lore, an anomaly that challenges conventional historical wisdom about aeronautics capacities at the dawn of flight. Now it's time for today's subscriber pick. Forgotten attic boxes can occasionally harbor curious surprises. Allegedly, a family in Boston was clearing out their attic when they came across an old box. Inside this box were some old things and images. All of the images seemed quite normal except one. This one image was not just strange, it was super weird. The kind of weird that would give you a headache. The image showed some old men sitting while two people stood behind them, but in the background there appeared to be some extraterrestrial beings standing as well. Could these have been aliens or ghosts photobombing the picture? Or was the photo doctored? What do you think? Aliens, ghosts, or a hoax? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Number 5. Dyatlov Pass Incident. In 1959, 9 experienced Russian skiers perished in remote icy slopes in the Ural Mountains under ambiguous and alarming circumstances. Investigations concluded the party tore open their tents and fled barefoot into heavy snow for unknown reasons. Bizarre injuries like crushed ribs suggested immense pressure or blows. Mysterious traces like extreme radiation were found. Adding to the strangest clues are their cameras, containing the final haunting images from the doomed expedition. Police seeking clues recovered several cameras, including one salvaged from a makeshift den in a cedar tree. Experts studying the developed film discovered unsettling images, now synonymous with the Dyatlov Pass identity. Some footage from their ascent seems relatively mundane. However, the final photographs taken that night include inexplicable lights and shapes. One image shows a fuzzy, glowing orb hovering at an angle that should not occur naturally. Some interpret it as a UFO. Other photos reveal something large and elongated looming just outside their tattered tent. To some, it chillingly evokes a humanoid shape. Might the skiers have photographed the very phenomenon that led to their panicked evacuation and demise? We can only speculate on what truly transpired high in that remote pass based on traces, but the photographs represent our last glimpses through their eyes before the unfathomable occurred, lending stark visual impact to one of history's most enduring mysteries. Number 4. The Fresno Nightcrawlers. Grainy surveillance footage from California captured one of the most bizarre cryptozoological creatures ever purportedly recorded on video. In the late 2000s, home security cameras in the city of Fresno picked up brief clips of an unidentifiable animal species informally dubbed Fresno Nightcrawlers. Their improbable appearance and locomotion defy logical categories, leaving their identity wholly confounding. The footage reveals a pair of leggy, thin, white creatures intruding across an empty yard and driveway at night. However, no torso, arms, or other body parts are discernible, only their 2 spindly legs. Their gait has been described as shambling or waddling. In another video from Yosemite National Park, one nightcrawler is glimpsed next to a building, reiterating its inscrutable nature. Some speculate extraterrestrial involvement or even interdimensional entities. Their alien physique evokes descriptions of cryptids like Mothman, but without further verifiable evidence, only unanswered questions remain. Scientific analysis of the footage proves inconclusive. No related folklore accounts are documented. If an undiscovered earthly species, nothing like them, exists in zoology, the footage is too limited for definitive conclusions. Number 3. Phantom Girl. Chilling evidence of the uncanny was uncovered in an aggregation of vintage Russian photographs when a lone figure was spotted recurring in them. Examination of the early 20th century photos spanning numerous locations revealed a solitary young girl present in the background of many shots. Her appearance and position do not indicate she was personally known to the original photographers, yet she manifests consistently across disparate places and times when the images were captured. The girl wears the same long dress and hat, appearing around 10 years old. Her positioning varies, but she is frequently looking away from the camera. She never interacts with the photo's subjects, remaining disconnected in composition. Skeptics propose the ghost girl may have been inserted later through photo manipulation. However, no evidence of alteration has been detected in the vintage prints and negative. Number 2. Ghostly pilot. Aviation lore gained one of its most perplexing photographic mysteries when in 1987 a woman took a photo of herself seated in a vintage airplane cockpit, revealing a ghostly additional pilot beside her. The intriguing episode began innocently as Vivienne Sayers visited the Museum of Berkshire Aviation, intending to indulge her hobby of sitting in static airplane exhibits. After settling into the pilot seat of a 1930s biplane, she had her friend snap a photo before leaving. However, when the picture was developed, Sayers was stunned to discern the shadowy image of an unknown man seated in the cockpit as well. She was certain that no one else had been present in the tiny space during her visit that day, besides herself and her friend. The figure resembles a pilot from the 1930s or 40s, dressed in a period leather flight jacket and aviation cap consistent with wartime aviation. Could the aircraft somehow have retained a haunting imprint of one of its former pilots, still lingering within its aged cockpit all those decades later? Sayers showed the photo to paranormal investigators seeking answers. Some theorized the vintage plane may be imbued with the ghost of a pilot who flew it during its active years, and long after death occasionally still returns to the cherished familiar cockpit environment. Skeptics argued the figure was likely just a museum employee briefly occupying or checking the aircraft who slipped away unnoticed before Sayers entered. Yet the evocative phantom pilot image serves as a fascinating glimpse into the intersections between aeronautical history, the supernatural, and the enduring mysteries of life beyond death. Number 1. Lizard Man figurines. Among the most perplexing artifacts unearthed from ancient history are the lizard man figurines discovered at the Ubaid archaeological site of Tel al-Ubaid in Iraq. Dating back to around 4000 to 5000 BCE, these strange terracotta statuettes depict humanoid figures exhibiting distinctly reptilian features, unlike any known culture. The Ubaid figurines challenge conventional perspectives and spark debate regarding the origins, context, and implications of such anomalous artifacts. The palm-sized lizard man figures possess lizard-like heads, almond-shaped eyes, slit mouths, and patterns evoking scales on their skin. Some figurines show more distinctly human features like beards or body hair. The figures are depicted engaged in various everyday activities like holding staves, caring for infants, or posing formally. If the figures held symbolic ritual meaning, it remains lost. Experts confirm the high-quality craftsmanship dates to the Ubaid period circa 5000 BCE. Yet nothing like it exists elsewhere. Some fringe theorists take the statuettes as proof of ancient extraterrestrial genetic engineering or intervention in human development. However, mainstream academics do not support such fantastic conjectures. They acknowledge that the statuettes strongly indicate the ancient Ubaid culture held reptilian humanoid beings as significant figures in their spiritual cosmology and artistic expression. What inspired these images remains unknown, but they reveal our ancestors contemplated anthropomorphic beings unlike any known to have existed. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.